And first and foremost, like and subscribe. So pros to living in a Skoolie, more specifically a gas Skoolie over a diesel. And I prefer the Skoolie over the Transit or the Mercedes or the Sprinter vans and all that, due to the fact that gas is more commonly worked on. The gas motors, even if some things kind of don't work, it'll still run. Versus the diesel, if you got no compression, you're not going anywhere. And I think the part about diesel that used to be good is that it used to be cheaper than gas. Now it's more expensive than gas almost. And I think you get a little better mileage with diesel, but ultimately if you're broke down, your common mechanic can fix a gasoline engine better than having to wait on a big waiting list for a diesel repair. Compared to the body style of the Transits, the Skoolie definitely has much more room, and you can design it how you want to, which is better in my opinion. Prefabbed other Sprinter vans and stuff like that you got no arm space. You can't even reach your arms out without touching the walls. You got no living space. We live in a bus. It's me, my son, my wife, a 115-pound Doberman, and a Schnauzer, and we got plenty of room. Those are things to consider when you're on the market looking for Skoolies or Transits or Sprinter vans or whatever. Not to mention the steel chassis body for hauling stuff. It's better than the other vehicles. Consider those things. But the cons of having a gas GMC 3500 bus is that this thing is a freaking hog, dude. I get like 10 miles in a gallon, barely. And I got a 25-gallon fuel tank. Another con for some people is like maneuverability. Being a wider vehicle might make more people uncomfortable than like a skinnier profile vehicle. But also too, I feel like school buses have a more solid build compared to like the skinnier vans and stuff like that. Probably take more of a heavier hit. Not to mention price point. If you find a school bus with low mileage, it's been maintained pretty well, and you want to build it out the way that is better suited to your walk of life, you can. And you can build it for a fraction of the price of what you would spend on a Mercedes, which is like, 200,000 plus. And you can potentially make a school bus better than a Mercedes depending on how you build it out, and much more reliable. And you don't have that name brand motor you're working on for more expensive, unnecessary parts. Some people can argue the fact that they got like 4-wheel drive or whatever, but like really, who is rock crawling a Mercedes van or a Ford Transit? No one's doing that. So if your vehicle's heavy enough, it kind of functions almost like having 4-wheel drive if you got enough weight. But I'm not knocking the vans or the Ford Transit and the Mercedes. I think they all serve their purpose in their own way for each individual person. But I'm just saying, I personally prefer the Skoolie build. And that's my small take on it.